Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome. Thank you for coming back. If this is your first time, please do subscribe. Like this video, share, and leave a comment if you have one. I really appreciate your support. I'm going to link in the description box link to my travel blog where you can read 40 plus interesting articles majorly on travel, different things about travel, adventures I've gone on both within Nigeria and outside Nigeria, travel words and their meanings, how to start your website if you have one, lessons I've learned in my journey, and so many other awesome articles that you love if you read them. If you read them. So I'm here today to talk about my recent trip, 2022 trip to Abuja. I've been to the Abuja. Abuja is from they call the Abuja or FCT or the nation's capital a couple of times, but I visited about a month and 2 days ago. I was back from that trip and it was an awesome trip. So I'm just here today to talk about that trip. If you want to read about the trip, I've written about flight review, accommodation review of where I stayed, and interesting places I've visited. I've written about it on my website and also with pictures. And my Instagram page is all saved to my highlight stories, videos I shared about the trip, and also Instagram reels and Instagram posts to see various content in pictures and video forms, and write tips, captions talking about details of the places, amount it costs, entry fees to the places I ate, places I visited, means of transportation used, etc. So big thanks to Green Africa. My return flight tickets to Green Africa my return flight tickets to Abuja was sponsored by Green Africa. So how did I get this brand deal? I sent a detailed email to my newsletter subscribers on how I landed this brand deal. If you want to be getting newsletters from mail, I don't spam your inbox. I only send emails when it's necessary, mostly once a month, sometimes twice a month. So just you can sign up on my website to see a beautiful pop-up if it's the first or second time there, or there at the bottom of any of the pages of my website you can see how to subscribe there. So let me summarize and share a bit of how I got the brand deal. So at the beginning of the year, I wanted to be able to partner with other brands. I've done a few partnerships since I started my travel blog. It's been 2 years plus now, so I wanted to be able to do that, more of that. So I pitched to tourism boards and pitched to a number of airlines, and also some responded that due to the aftermath of COVID they couldn't give such partnerships as then, and different things, but I kept being patient and believing I could still get some deals. So what I did was, after I sent a pitching email to Green Africa and I didn't get a response for a while after sending an email and an Instagram DM, so I contacted their carrier's email and they asked me to send another email. So after a while, what I did was I had to reach out to their brand communication manager on Twitter, and I connected to her on LinkedIn, and after a while we arranged a meeting. I did a slide presentation. Shout out to my friend Gloria Kitana for helping out with the PowerPoint slides, where we had write-up, showed pictures, and I told them of how the brand deal could be mutually beneficial to both parties. Basically, and I pitched to her and a couple of other members on our team, and then we kept communicating via email. And lo and behold, a few weeks after the pitch, she reached out to me to offer me a free return flight ticket. And some weeks after I went on the amazing trip, the pitch was initially to give a couple of other content creators a couple of flight tickets to explore some destinations, and I explained various ways it was going to be mutually beneficial for both the content creators and the airline. So I'm looking forward to landing many more brand deals. Please do connect your girl if you also have links. Airlines, tourism boards, travel companies, tour operators, travel agents. I'm open to collaborations with brands that their visions align with mine, and I trust that to be mutually beneficial and beneficial in many ways to all parties involved. So thank you to everyone that supported my journey so far. I am really grateful. And I pray and hope that you also have supporters throughout your own journey as you journey in your life, business wise, career wise, family, academics, spiritual life, and in every single area of your life. So before the trip, some of the ways I planned for my trip was by doing a lot of research. So I researched online. Like I said earlier, I've been to Abuja a couple of times, so I've visited a couple of other attractions. But before this year, the last time I went, I think it was like 3.5 years ago, and I think this should be about like my 6th or 7th time in Abuja. So there are a lot of new attractions that opened up in the Bush that was itching to visit. So that's why when Queen Africa asked me to choose between any of their routes for a return flight ticket, I chose the Bush. And though that like there are other states in Nigeria I'm also itching to explore, but I really wanted to see the new tourist attraction in Abuja. So I went to Abuja. So I researched online, did a lot of research on search engines, on Instagram. Shout out to See Abuja, Visit Abuja, and some of my other awesome travel creators that I got ideas of how to plan my itinerary from their own exploration basically. So and basically a lot of research is also what made me know some of the brands I could pitch to here and there for brand deals. Yeah, so research, did a lot of research, believed God, prayed. Yeah, so that was basically for my planning. I also like planned some of the outfits I wanted to wear when I was there, and things I wanted to do, how the itinerary was going to line up. So I spent 5 days in Abuja, on my recent trip to Abuja, and I miss those times that some summer holidays while in school, like I would stay in Abuja for like a month or more than, or even 2 months, so I got to spend 5 days in Abuja. So I went to Abuja with the morning flight. Yes, first flight in the morning, very early morning flight, and I came back to Lagos with an evening flight. Yeah, so the process was really smooth and I really enjoyed it. We did all our checks, checked in our luggage. If you want more information about like the baggage allowance, airline policies, different fares and rules available with Green Africa, I'm going to link Green Africa's website in the description box. You can also check my flight review blog post to see a detailed review of me flying with them. So when we had done all those checks, Green Africa shuttle bus transported us close to the aircraft where they did some more checks, gave us sanitizers, then we boarded to fly. We had already gotten our seat numbers and all ahead, and we had gotten our boarding passes ahead, because you can check in online. If you don't check in online, you have to pay surcharge of tickets. So we had checked in online, and yeah, we sat down, some soft music was playing while we were waiting to board. We put our hand luggages up, our check-in luggages had already been taken to where was going to be kept, so we were going to retrieve it when we go to Abuja. So it was a smooth flight of an hour plus, so I really enjoyed it. What my favorite parts of the flight was of course the beautiful views, seeing how beautiful this earth God has created is and how wonderful this earth is. Man, the videos are amazing. Just go through my Instagram page, click the link in the description box. You'll see videos of the views, both on my Instagram reels and Instagram highlights. I shared it step by step. Took a virtual tour, basically taking you through the journey of how the trip went. So we landed, we took off from Lagos Airport, Murtala Mohammed International Airport, and landed at Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport in Abuja, and it was awesome. And so when we landed, waited for a while for the vehicle that's going to take us to the hotel we're going to be staying for a couple of days. So I stayed at Command Guest House Bronx Hotel in Asukoro. The review of the accommodation also on my website. It was awesome. There was complimentary breakfast daily for the nights I spent there, and I really enjoyed it. My favorite part, I always took sandwiches with all the meals I ate because I really loved it. The sandwiches was really nice. It was just the one of the last day that I didn't like. So I really love the sandwiches. So even like weird combinations, I did it like putting for a lot of people to weird. I don't even think it's something I've done before, but because I really liked it. So even the day I took pasta, I still ate sandwiches because the sandwiches were really really good. So I always did that. So I enjoyed complimentary breakfast on the first day. So I was in the hotel because it was a very early morning flight, so I was quite tired when I got there, and I still needed some sleep. So I slept a little, had a nap, did a room tour, took videos of the room. I love the painting, I love the decor of the hotel and how well maintained the rooms are and everything. So when after that I went down to the hotel restaurant to have lunch. So I had fried rice, yeah, and goat meat. So I initially asked for goat meat, they brought chicken. When I complained, it was changed. So that was what I had for lunch. So after then I was wearing my Vito purple brand t-shirt that day. So I, yeah, that's what you will see me in if you look at pictures and videos from that day. So after that I headed to National Children's Park and Zoo. Yeah, that's a tourist attraction I've been to sometimes on my previous visits. And there's the zoo, there's picnic area, and there's a place to relax, there's the lake view area, and there's also like different swings and some other rides to run, and there are samples and different animals, sharing more details about them. So day 2, 3, 4, and 5 were also awesome. Some of the other places I visited include Tech District. Tech District houses several places from Sketch Abuja to Amazonia, Escape Room, Lagos Bistro Abuja, Discovery Museum, etc. So the places I visited in Tech District was Lagos Bistro Abuja and Discovery Museum. So at Lagos Bistro Abuja, you're given free puff puff while you're waiting for your meal, and it was really delicious. I loved the puff puff. I was always asking for more, even like buying more basically, but I was like, let me not be a glutton because I had other food stops to make that day. So I had a spicy chicken wings at Lagos Bistro Abuja, and it was yummy. The pictures, honey. So I was like, should I do a vlog where I like show? But I was like, no, let me just do an explanation video for this vlog. So go check them out. So I visited Discovery Museum as well in Arctic Street, and Discovery Museum is the first digital museum in Nigeria, and it cost 5,000 to visit at the time of my visit. So visited the museum. Is really beautiful. It shows a lot of like our past leaders, and like the name says, it's a digital museum. So like some of the pictures on the screens is like as if the leaders were moving, and things like that. So we saw various artifacts. They have like the music room, 360 room, what virtual reality of an IDP camp, which was really really touching. We all then had the theater room. It was a theater room where we watched some documentaries. There was a currency room, there was an art room that had different artworks, and a number of other places. So also I visited Junkyard Grills. Junkyard Grills is where has that big I love Abuja sign. There's one I love Abuja sign at the Tech District, not that one. I took pictures of that one, but there was also like a big I love Abuja sign at Junkyard Grill. So I had their spaghetti bolognese there. Papa Prince Pizza was takeaway, so bought Papa Prince Pizza for takeaway. Then Nostar Cafe for ice cream. Had a bubblegum ice cream at Nostar Cafe. So I also visited Wakanda Paintball. It was my first time trying paintballing. Yeah, when I went to Ultimate Arena sometime ago in Lagos, it was a shooting range and swimming I did. I didn't play paintball. And paintball is cheaper in Abuja than Lagos. So the paintball I did at Wakanda, it was 3,000 to rent the gears and have the paintballs to use. So meanwhile at Ultimate Arena, after that time my visit was 5,000. At Lekki Leisure, though I've not been to the paintball place. Yeah, at Lekki Leisure, I rented 7,000 there. So I did that. I also went for bowling at the Dome Abuja. It was my first time trying bowling. So I went for bowling. Bowling cost I'm trying. Why does it seem like I'm forgetting the price of the bowling? I think it was 4,000. I think I initially thought it was 2,500, but it ended up being 4,000. And it's cheaper than it's cheaper than Lagos as well. Cause the place I know they do bowling in Lagos is Rufus and B, and I think it's either 7,075 there. I've played at the game arcade in Rufus and B. Yeah, so I also visited the Jabi Mall and Jabi Lake. Yeah, so did some window shopping, had ice. There are different ice cream spots. They had ice cream at one of the ice cream spots, and I can't remember the name right now. I was carried away with gist at that time because it was really good to reconnect with an old friend there. We met up there. So the different shops, stores, malls, selling various things, clothing items, food, groceries, etc. etc. So I was supposed to go to Amazon Kayak and Bobobo. Excuse me. So I did most of my moving about with Taxify, and boy, those Taxify rates in Abuja are amazing. If only Lagos could. Like, you go to some places, yeah, the rate is like 600, 800. Meanwhile, if you want to move around tourist attractions in Lagos like that, you can be coughing out several thousands, maybe 5,000, 6,000, 7,000 like that. And I'm like, wow, if only Lagos could. I guess the free road is part of what helps them in Abuja. So yeah, what was I saying before that? Okay, I think I was talking about Amazon. So yeah, when I saw the signboard Amazon Kayak. I walked in, like I was still not able to discover where the Amazon Kayak is. Specifically been there. I know one or two people that have been there. I should have even confirmed from them, but because with a packed itinerary and limited time, so I was even like, well, let me just go to the next place I had to, because I visited 16 plus places in 5 days. So I was like, I saw the arrow directed, asked a couple of people there. They didn't even know where it was. I saw one or two horses, and there's supposed to be horses there, but I couldn't still really tell where. So girl left. So I learned is allowed to do a tour of the economical center, so I wanted to do that as well. So when I got there, the economical center is opposite CBN. CBN is Central Bank of Nigeria. But when I got there, they were like, it's under renovation, so they were not allowing tours. As that time I visited, basically. So how many places have I mentioned so far? So the last day was for magic. I'm not doing the places in order, but if you want to know them in order of how I visited, feel free to just visit my website. The link will be in the bio. 16 plus interesting places I visited. Even that I'm not sure is in order, but the real order is on my Instagram stories, which is saved to my highlights. Just check Abuja 2022 edition and Abuja 2022 part 2. Is in order from like going the flights to landing to the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So Magic Land was like on the last day, did some outdoor rides and did some indoor rides. Basically because of I'd been on roller coaster and some of those other rides the previous time, so I wanted to try rides that I don't think I'd been on before. So I tried a couple of new rides. So I did both outdoor rides and I also played indoor game arcade. So I also visited Dunes or more. I am currently not their target market because with their prices there, say what? The prices of the clothing items, the bags, the boxes, man. I only bought face wipes from the supermarket, which was I think 550, and then a cinnamon snack from their pastry shop. I think it total was 1,000 something. Because the prices of those their shoes, bags go 100 or something, 100 or something, one pair, one bag. I'm like, oh, well, how many people still get market right now? Anyways, so yeah, I went to Shehu Musa Yaradua Museum, yeah, and did a tour of the museum, saw different things, really beautiful. You will see if a child tour on IG. I went to BMT Garden. I visited the zoo at BMT Garden, which cost 1,000 to explore. So yeah, Shehu Musa Yaradua Museum is free. It's free to visit. So BMT Garden cost 1,000 to explore the zoo, and I saw various animals: baboons, monkey, chicken, lion, various animals. They also have a pool there. They have a lounge area. Retro Africa. I think my pictures from Retro Africa are my favorite. So Retro Africa was even my first stop on Tuesday. It's a really beautiful art gallery and very clean, cozy. The ambience is it's really on point. I really loved it there. I even felt like staying longer, even though that I had many other stops I wanted to make. So the AC is very chilled. Everywhere is clean. Even the toilet is sparkling. The toilet is so clean that you can even lie down and sleep there and nothing is smelly. But the art gleam is really beautiful and well maintained. Kudos to everyone contributed to the success of that place, because it's even free. Somewhere that is that well maintained, that is free. It's very impressive, that some efforts are being made in Nigeria to boost the tourism sector, basically. Yeah. So, what other places have I not mentioned? So, for any other places I've not mentioned, just check out video.com.ng to my blog. I'll be linked to this description box of this video and my Instagram page. So let me just use a few seconds to think of if there are some things I want to mention before I end. So detailed review of the accommodation also there. Food, details of things contained in the room, and besides the restaurant, there was also a lounge area that I chilled once or twice. I had a chilled malt. I asked for one stick of suya. The cabbage and the onions was more than the meat. I wanted to just ask for 2 sticks, but anyway, it tasted nice, but it was small. I should have asked for 2 sticks anyway. I think it was 500 for a stick, which is very affordable, so I should have asked for 2 sticks to have 1,000. But the malt was really chilled, and I really needed it because I walked up and down in the park that day, and it was sunny and hot, so I just needed it to cool down. It rained heavily that night, so the sleep was really sweet. I'm relaxing and restful. So I don't want this video to be too long, so I think I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please subscribe. My channel grow. If you want to know more about me, feel free to check my LinkedIn page, free to go or my website, know more about my other expressions and things I'm hoping I'm believing for various areas, career, spiritually, family, and just free. And feel free to also introduce yourself in the comment section. Who knows, I just might make a new friend. But anyone that subscribes is automatically my friend anyways. And thank you for supporting my journey in your own way. So what else, Faith? Anything you want to say before you end this video? Let me just take a few seconds to think. Okay, so I think that's it. So a few places that I didn't visit but my sis visited: Central Park, Abuja. I just dropped her off there before going to Dunes in the taxi fly. Then she also visited Frosty Pops Bubble Tea, and I think there's one other place. How could I forget to mention Charcoal Grill, which was my favorite meal in that 5-day trip. I had baked sweet potatoes, very fresh veggies, lamb and lamb sauce. I have thought about that meal an unhealthy number of times since I got back from that trip. I wish I could have it again, but since I'm not close to them right now, I wish I had a recipe to make it for myself. I know how to make it about this. I just wish I had a recipe because the meal was so good. It was so good. And it's located in Chocolate Mall in Abuja. So the view, to be honest, the view wasn't that impressive apart from the starters. I love the starters, chicken dumplings, but my main meal anyway, which was partially my fault, or majorly my fault actually, because I was like, let me experiment, and I went to go and choose a vegetarian meal, and it wasn't nice. I didn't enjoy it. My sister's main meal didn't end up coming after like maybe 30 minutes or more. They told I wasn't a very bush chicken and the noodles type. But all in all, I really enjoyed the starters, and I think a lot of people have had good experiences there. So that was it for me. I'm sure a lot of other people that love vegetarian meals that will have enjoyed what I ate, but it's just not my thing basically. I guess that's all for now. Please forgive my voice, Anyways, I hope you're doing well, and if if you made it to the end of this video, thank you. Just know that I'm giving you a hug, big hug, and I'm grateful for you. God bless you. Yeah, see ya some other time.